Good evening and welcome to this edition of Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the show tonight, David Headley's deal with the United States. We were expecting it, but today it finally happened. He will not be extradited to India and we don't even know whether we can even question him. Also on the show tonight, Nitin Gadkari has announced his new team for the BJP, but there are many rumblings within the party. Does this team BJP have what it takes to take on the Gandhis in 2014? Joining me on the show tonight, Minister of State for IT and Communications, Sachin Pilot. From the BJP, Mr. Chandan Mitra, also the MD and editor of The Pioneer. Jyotirmay Sharma, Professor of Political Science from the University of Hyderabad. Mr. Jaydev Ranare, who was, how should I put it, a former spook, former additional secretary with RAW. And our special guest tonight, the Home Secretary of India, Mr. G.K. Pillai, who joins us shortly. And from Mumbai, we're joined by actress Kiran Kher, who is now a member of the BJP's National Executive. But first up tonight, as expected, David Headley has cut a deal with American authorities and pleaded guilty to all 12 charges against him, including the Mumbai plot. In return, Headley will not be extradited to India. He will not get the death penalty. And while he can testify in judicial proceedings, we still aren't sure if Indian agencies can interrogate him. There is also a section of the plea bargain that says that if Headley cooperates with the Americans, his sentence could be reduced as well. Home Minister Chidambaram has said that India will still seek his extradition and a chance to question him face to face. And that brings us to our first question tonight. Is America's cooperation less than full in this war on terror? And let me begin tonight by going straight across to G.K. Pillai, India's Home Secretary now. Mr. Pillai, what is your understanding of the plea agreement? Can our investigators interrogate Mr. Headley, or is it a situation where he'll just testify in judicial proceedings?
The details are still to be, I think, not yet clear. But the plea agreement clearly says that he would be willing to depose or give a video conference or through letter regulatory. So we'll have to see how that is will turn out. But we have seen his lawyer saying that we would be allowed to question him.
So there is a clause in the agreement which also says that Headley's sentence can be reduced depending on how he cooperates with American authorities. Is that a worry for New Delhi?
That is a matter actually between the US attorney and David Headley, but it depends on the extent of cooperation, and I presume that insofar as we are concerned, if he cooperates fully by allowing us to interrogate him, then I think there would be a good chance that they could perhaps make a more sympathetic plea to the court.
But wouldn't India be disappointed, if indeed he gets away lightly and his sentence is reduced to just a few years?
It will depend finally on what the sentence is. I think if he finally gets any sentence which is above 20 years, I think it is something which possibly we could live with. But anything below that, we would think that he has got away lightly.
All right, so you're saying anything less than 20 years means India will think he's got away lightly. But Mr. Pillai, the Home Minister said today that India will still press for David Headley's extradition. He admitted that that will be very difficult under the circumstances. Now, the plea agreement makes it clear that they will not extradite him to India. And therefore, what makes the government hopeful that extradition can still happen?
Well, the one aspect which you have to keep in mind is that it is only for the charges in the counts, the 1 to 12, for which he will not be extradited. So if there are other charges which are not in these, there is always the possibility of him being extradited. And
have the Americans told you at all about why they can't extradite him? Is there something in American law that's preventing them from doing that?
No, I don't think so. They haven't told us clearly why he cannot be extradited. But I presume that if he gets life imprisonment or a very long sentence of imprisonment, then the extradition would possibly take place only after that, which is why perhaps that they have taken that plea.
Tuba.com